Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Blog Monk, where I simplify blogging and SEO. In today's video, we are going to see what is the difference between posts and pages. There are 4 differences between them and we are going to discuss them today. Apart from that, we will also see when to use our posts and when to use our page, that too from SEO purpose. Then we will see how to convert our post to pages and vice versa. Now, whenever we publish an article, we can publish it in 2 ways, either as posts or as pages. Let me take you to my website and show it to you. Over here, these are my posts. If you open them, you will find that these are articles just like my pages. Let me open 2 page. Disclaimer is a page and privacy policy is also page in my website. So if a user come and visits my website, he or she will not be able to distinguish which is a post or which is a page. It is only I as a user, as a admin or as a editor knows which article I have published as posts and which as a pages. Now WordPress does not limit you in creation of the number of pages and posts. So you can create as many pages you want and as many posts you want. So what will happen is that you can either have a website that can have only pages or that can have only posts, but it is not recommended. If you ask any SEO expert, he or she will suggest you that you always judicially mix the content of your website having both pages and posts. Now you should have static contents like about pages, contact pages, privacy pages as your pages, because those contents you are not going to get updated regularly. But if you have an article that will be updated within the next 6 or 1 year, or that requires regular monitoring of data and parameters and need updates, hence those type of articles you publish as posts. So any article which you need to update, you publish as blog posts, and any article that is static and that is not going to change for a long period of time, you publish as pages. Now apart from that, you must also understand that your search engine, the search engines, they like contents which are organized and content which are original and content which are regularly updated. The world is changing. Every day information gets upgraded. Hence your reader also wants a content that is updated regularly. Thus, for your reader, always write your articles which will require updation in blog posts. But any article that is static and that is not going to change for a long period of time, you publish them as pages. So this is the basic difference and basic idea that I can suggest you for your SEO purpose. Now let's discuss the 4 differences between our pages and posts. Now in WordPress, whenever we publish a post, they will have an official publication date public to the display. Now let me show it to you. Suppose this is the article, I have published it as a blog post. You see the date is already published. But if you see my privacy policy, which is a page, over there you will find no date. So by default WordPress does not publish your date to pages. Why? Because pages are static content, they are not going to change, but blog posts are content that will be updated. Hence you have the option of displaying the date in your blog post. Now depending upon what theme you are using, you can either display it or hide it. The theme which I am using is Astra theme. So if you go to the customization of the theme, let me show it to you. If you go to appearance, then customization, and then go to your blogs, then go to single post. Let me show it to you. Let me open this and live preview you. See, I have the date already displayed. Now I have the option in Astra theme to hide it. See, now if I publish it, then you will not see any date published. So this is a feature which the theme has given me. Depending upon what theme you are using, you may have this feature or you may not have this feature, but it does not matter whether you have it or not. If you publish a blog post, there will be date available in the article, but if you publish a page, in that case the date will not be published. That is main difference. Now there is one more thing I want to add over here is that the blog post, they are listed in reverse chronological order by default. So if you see my website, if you go to my website, these articles which I have published, they are in reverse chronological order. This is the most updated article, 2nd May, then 1st May, I have 27th April, 22 April, so it is reverse chronological order. If I publish 2 articles or more than 2 articles in a single day, that will also be in reverse chronological order. So this is how to improve English is the latest article, and this was published before that. Now whenever in WordPress we do have an option to sticky post a article. Let me show it to you with this example. Over here I have an article. Let me just make one more article for you. Let me write it 2 to 2. Just for simplicity, I'm just showing it to you, and just load a page, suppose this, and publish this. Now if you see this website over here, you see 2 since I have published this right now, it is in reverse chronological order, so it is showing first, and this hello world is before that. But I can make it sticky. So go to edit section. You have an option over here which is stick to the top of the blog post. If you tick this mark, then what will happen is that now if you refresh, see, it became sticky. So WordPress does give you an option to mark any of the post as sticky, and that will be pinned to the top of your blog of any other post. Now in Pages you do not have that ability. So if you open any page, suppose you open one of the pages, in the Pages you do not have this ability to pin. So this is a difference that you need to remember. The second difference is that in our blog articles post, what happens is that we can assign them as categories and tags. Now if you have not seen my video on categories and tag, then I highly recommend it. You can go through the playlist and see. It's a useful video. You will have all your doubts cleared regarding categories and tags. I will also give a link in the description. Now if you have a blog article, suppose a blog post, over there you have the option to select your categories and tags. Now these categories and tags will help you organize the content in a ordered manner, so that it is easier for you user to find it. Suppose if you go to my website, you see I have personal finance, better memory. These are the categories, and I have articles written for each category. So suppose a user who has come to my website, he or she is only interested in trending topics, then they will just click trending topics and they can easily see the articles only related to the trending topics. If another article is only related to or have articles for bettering the memory, then they will just click better memory and they will see the articles which I have written on better memory. So this way I have organized my posts. So when you publish a post, you have the option to add your categories and tags. In Pages you do not have categories and tags. So if you go to the page section and if you click, suppose edit, you will see that there are no categories and pages tags available in post. But that does not mean that they are not organized in a hierarchy structures. They are also organized in hierarchy. What will happen is that suppose when you publish a page, you have the option to make that page either your child page or your parent page. Now if it is a parent page and the URL of the parent page is this, suppose your site name / parent page, then whenever you publish a child page, it will be your this, then your child page. Let me show this to you with an example. Suppose right now I have this parent page. Now let me make another page as a child page. Just as a demo page. I'm making a demo page. Okay. This is a demo page. Now before publishing the page, over to the page attribute, you have the option to make it a parent page or child page. Now if you do not select anything from here, then what will happen is that this page will become your parent page. But if I want to make this as a child page, then what will I do is that I will select it and then publish. Now what happened is that this child 2, it became a child of my parent page. Let me make another page for you. Parent, parent 2, parent 2, and let me just publish it by randomly. I'm not going to select any category from here, so this will become your parent page. So let me publish this. Right now I have two parent page. This is parent page 1, this is your parent page 2. Now if I make another child page, suppose I make a child page. I make a child page. Now before publishing, I have the option to select any of these pages as its parent page. So this child page right now, it is a parent page, but if from here I select this parent 2 as its parent, then it will become a child page of parent 2. It became a child. How can I say? Let me show it to you. This is parent 2, this is child 3. Just see the URL, WordPress /parent 2, it is a parent page, and over here it is WordPress /parent 2 child page 3. So this child page 3 is the child of parent 2 page. But this parent page, if you see, it is normal parent page. But this child 2 is a child of parent page. So this is the way which you can order your pages also. Now why your parent child pages are required and where it is required? Suppose you have a about pages, but in a about page you have too many data available. Suppose what is your website history, what is your own bio or your introduction, what is your awesome team members available, the disclaimers, the privacy policy. You can group them under about page also. So your about page will be your parent page and all of them can be your child page. Now if you see my website, I do not have them because I am the sole owner of this website. I write all the articles myself, hence I have made them separate. So this disclaimer, this privacy policy, all of them are separate pages. So these are all parent pages. I do not have any child page. But if you want, then you can have your disclaimer, your privacy policy, your website history, all of them under your about pages and make about page as your parent page and others as the child page. Now over here I want you to understand one thing is that this structure which you have seen over here, your site name / parent page, sometimes what will happen is that if you do not change the setting of the URL while making the website, then you might have some other URL structure. So it is highly recommended that before you publish any article in your website, go to settings, then go to permalinks, and from there you select this post name as your URL structure. If you select post name as your URL structure, then what will happen is that whenever you publish any article, suppose I publish an article, it will be my article name / the name of the URL. Similarly, if I publish a page, it will be my website name, then the URL. But in place of that, if you select day and time, then what will happen is that my website name / the day and time when it was published / then you will have the URL name. These are clumsy. For SEO purpose, it is highly recommended that you select post name as your permalink structure. So this is something which you need to understand. Acha. Apart from that, the third difference is that in post, depending upon what theme you are using, the post will display author name, but pages will not display author name. You can see the name of the author from your admin dashboard. So if you go to the admin dashboard, suppose you go to the admin dashboard and you go to your posts, you can see who has written the post. If you go to pages, you can see who has written the pages. But if you visit the individual page, you will see that in the pages I do not have the author's name displayed, whereas in the post I do have the author's name displayed. But here again, as I have told you earlier, whether you want to show the author name or not, that depends upon your theme. So in the theme you have that option. So let me take you to this demo website and show it to you. Right now, see, BlogMonk is the name of the author, obviously me, who has published this article. But if I do not want to show the name of the author, then what will I do? I will go to appearance, go to customization. Normally all the themes should have this feature available. I am using Astra theme, so over there in the blog single post I do have the option to either show the author name or hide the author name. So if I hide the author name, then the author name will not be displayed. If I show the author name, then the author name will be displayed. But in pages you do not have that option. So in pages you will not have your author's name displayed, but in post you can show the name of the author, or you may not show the author. The last difference is that from WordPress version 3.1 onwards, whenever I publish a post, I have the option to select what type of post format I like to have. Let me show it to you. Suppose whenever you want to publish a post, before publishing, over there you have what post format you should have. See, there it can be an audio, gallery, image, links, course, standard, status, video. So if your article is a mixture of videos, audios, links, quotes, everything, then you select standard. By default it is going to select standard only. But if you have a website that is solely dedicated to quotes, in that case you will select quotes. Over there only quotes articles will be published. If you have a website that is solely an image website, you have only lots of images, so it just selects image. So in post you have that ability, you have the ability to select what type of post formats you like to have. But in pages you do not have. If you go to pages, you will find that in pages you do not have that option. So you cannot select what type of category, what type of post templates you need to have. But here also, depending upon what theme you are using, you may have page templates also. The theme which I am using is Astra. So in the Astra free version, I do not have that feature available. So I do not have any such features. So the theme which you are using, if it has, then it's good. You can select the template. Now, how to convert a post to pages? Now, by default, WordPress does not give me the ability to convert a post to page or page to post. What I can do is that obviously I can copy a post, then make a new page and paste it, and then delete the old post. But this is not at all suggested. Why? Because see, if I have already published a post, then that post, if it has been indexed in search engine and then I delete it and then I make another page, there is no guarantee that your next page will also be ranked as your post was ranked. So before publishing the article, if you want to change, then it is fine. But once you have already posted an article, after that it is not suggested to delete your page or post. Then what is the way? Well, to help you, you have an option called Post Type Switcher plugin. So you will find this plugin in the WordPress directory only. So let me install it for you and then show it to you. Now before that, let me show it to you that by default I do not have any option to convert. So if I go to my post, if I go to edit section, you see there are no option to change this post to pages. Even if I select this full edit version, I have no option over here to convert this page into posts. See, there are no options available. Similarly, if you go to pages and click edit, there are no options available to convert, neither in the quick edit version. Now let me install the plugin. The plugin which I am recommending is this plugin, Post Type Switcher. So search it. It is written by John James Jacoby. this plugin is regularly updated and it is compatible with your version of WordPress. So I will suggest this. It is also a very highly rated plugin. So just install this plugin. Once you install this plugin, then you need to activate it. Once you activate it, now you will have the option to directly convert your post into pages and pages into post. And let me show it to you. If I go to post, you see both these articles are my post. How can I say? Because in the type it is already mentioned post and post. Now I want to convert this as page. All I have to do is that select quick edit, and now you see an option has come, post type. So over here I can make it page and update it. That's it. My post has become a page. Similarly, go to any page, and from that page, suppose I want to convert this. So let me select quick edit. Now I have the option to convert this page into post and update it. Now it became a post. As you can see, it has become a post. Since it became a post, you see, now I will have my author name displayed, as I have told you earlier. Let me show it to you again so that you can understand. Let me first display the date also. Just 1 minute. Publishing date. Okay, let me show it to you. You will understand better. Right now, see this parent page. What is this? This is a page, isn't it? This parent page is a page. Let me view this. See, this parent page is a page. Why? How can I say it? Because there are no date mentioned, there is no author mentioned, so this is a page. Now let me convert this parent page as a post and then update it. Now what has happened is that my parent page became my post. Now if you refresh it, you will find that it will now display not only your category, also your author's name and the date when it was published. Hence I have successfully converted my page into post. Similarly, in your post section, these are all posts. Why? Because you see, parent to this is a post. Now let me make it page. Update it. Once I have updated it, now you refresh it. See, it has become page, and that's the reason author and it displayed. Moved away. One more thing is that as soon as your page become post, they will go back to its original position. Right now you see in the post I have 2 articles. Let me make them pages. I made this page and also this as page. Once I've made both of them page, now if I refresh it, you will see I will not have any pages over here. Both of them became my posts. Sorry, they were posts earlier. Both of them became my pages. Similarly, if I want to convert them into posts, just make it post. Now if you go to post, you will have the post. So these were the differences, and I hope I have been able to make you understand what is the difference between post and pages. Also, what is the best SEO practice and how to convert a post to pages and pages to post. If you have liked this video and found it useful, kindly hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. Thank you.